The Classic TV channel is your happy trails to golden oldies television from the 1940s through the formative years of the 1950s and 60s. Enjoy restored TV shows Mickey Rooney Show, Groucho Marx, Trouble with Father, Terry and the Pirates, One Step Beyond, Beverly Hillbillies, Bonanza, The Lucy Show, Dick Van Dyke, Annie Oakley, Ozzie and Harriet, The Howdy Doody Show, and many, many more. Binge your night away. So return with us now to those golden days of yesteryear.
The flying time from New York to Karachi is approximately 40 hours. It had taken me a little longer because of a plane connection missed in New Delhi. I'd made the trip at the request of a very good friend, Radman. He was the high priest of a religious cult several hundred years old. He'd given me a letter of introduction to his brother, Shalmar, and had told me I would find him at the Shrine of Madare, here in Karachi. I had a job to do, and I couldn't afford to make mistakes.
May I help you?
Yes. My name's Michael Lanyard. I've come to see the priest, Shalmar. He's expecting me.
Did you say Michael Lanyard?
That's right.
You will wait here. I will be right back. Mr. Lanyard. Take him below. You say you are Michael Lanyard?
Who are you?
Shalmar, speak with more respect.
I don't like your welcoming committee.
If you are Michael Lanyard, we will owe you an apology.
I'm Lanyard, all right. Your brother, Radman, asked me to come here. Here's a letter from him. It explains everything.
My brother has written me. I have been expecting Michael Lanyard. I am also quite aware that by now his enemies know that he has sought Lanyard's aid. Very clever. You are indeed very clever. Come down, please. I would like you to meet Michael Lanyard.
Aren't you a little mixed up? I'm Lanyard.
According to this man, he is Michael Lanyard.
Of course I'm Michael Lanyard. This man's an imposter.
You have my credentials.
He arrived 2 hours before you did, and he has credentials also.
Why don't you telephone your brother?
One of you is the real Michael Lanyard, sent by my brother. The other is an imposter sent by his enemies. I intend to find out for myself which one of you is the imposter. I will give neither of you a chance to resort to any trickery. I myself will make this decision.
You won't get away with it. This isn't the first time I've had phonies try to take my name.
I can prove who I am in 5 minutes.
Stay where you are.
Someone posing as me had done a very thorough job. He not only duplicated my medallion, but he presented a fake letter of introduction from Radman, a forgery good enough to fool Sharma. He had worked fast, because this had started only 4 days ago in New York. Radman had cabled me he was coming to New York. It was urgent I meet him, and he added I was to tell no one of his arrival. I wondered about the secrecy, but I realized he must have had his own reasons. My name's Lanyard.
Michael, come in. Michael, it's nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
I appreciate your promptness. I need your help. I'll make no bones about it.
Tell me what it's about.
Oh, how rude of me. Please sit down.
Thanks.
Can I get you something to drink?
No, nothing, thanks. I think we're old enough friends not to waste time on formalities.
Thank you, Michael. I am upset. I'll not hide it. You remember my son, Eli?
Yeah.
He celebrated his 16th birthday last Friday. Because of my failing health, a month ago, I went to our consul and asked them to ordain Eli immediately. This was an unusual request. The normal procedure would have been to wait until my death.
What happened?
The council deliberated only a short while. Their decision was to proclaim Eli high priest within the next 30 days. As you know, Michael, Eli is my only son. If he were to die, I would have no heir. And once I have announced my retirement, I'd be powerless to name a successor.
Well, I haven't seen Eli in many years. But as I remember, he was always a very healthy boy.
A bullet or a knife can end the healthiest life. 4 days after the council's decision, an attempt was made on my son's life.
What? Do you know why?
Unfortunately, there's a faction in our cult which is trying to gain power, control our people for their own selfish ends.
Who heads this faction?
That I do not know. But Michael realized what power in the hands of the wrong people could do. We have shrines all over the world, own lands with great oil resources. I've always used this money to build hospitals, schools, and help the needy. My son would do no differently.
What would you expect from the other faction?
Perhaps the money would find its way into their own pockets, or worse, be used to preach intolerance, bigotry, and race hatred.
How can I help?
My son is on his way to Karachi, where he'll find safety with my brother Shalmar. I've written you a letter of introduction. Please go there. It's my desire to find the leader of this rebel group. Not only to save my son's life, but to prevent a catastrophe which could divide and pit our people against each other.
I'll do everything I can.
Michael, I do not want to lose my son. But if it cannot be prevented, find the leader of this violence. Find the man who would hire a professional killer.
I'll do my best. Now I knew the phony. He was the killer Radman had told me about. Now it didn't look as though I was going to help Eli or find the person who hired my impersonator.
My name is Singh. I have a message for you. In an hour, everyone will be asleep. 2 guards work for your master. We will slip you out of here as soon as possible.
I wasn't sure Singh could be trusted. Was I clear about which master he meant? All I knew was that the first step was to get out of this hole. Nearly an hour had passed, and I was beginning to think that Singh had failed me. Then I heard the door open. I was going to make the first step. I was getting out. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew this wasn't the time to ask questions. Then I got a surprise. I saw a girl, but she didn't seem surprised at seeing me. All night. The next morning we arrived at her house. The girl had spoken only a few words to me. I learned her name was Lynn, nothing more. I wondered who she really was. What was her connection with this whole deal? But I figured it was only a matter of waiting before I'd find out. To wait.
Not long. My orders are to wait here until we're contacted.
I'll wait an hour.
You will wait until we tell you it is time to move on.
Who is we?
I don't blame you for asking questions. You've never seen me before, but I can assure you there's no need for you to worry.
I don't like working in the dark.
We took you out of prison, didn't we? I think that should prove to you that we're both on the same side. Really, Roger, you don't have to pretend with me.
How did you find out my name was Roger?
I was away when they hired you. That's why we never met before.
That explains everything.
I'm in on the whole scheme, so relax.
I wish the boss would get here.
Oh, we'll hear from him. Don't worry.
When was the last time you saw him?
The day after he hired you to impersonate Lanyard. He was a little angry that Lanyard got there first.
Think how I felt.
It will be all right. The plan will still work. We have the jump on them.
I hope so.
But don't worry. You'll get a chance to earn your money.
We mustn't underrate Lanyard.
He will be taken care of tonight.
What do you mean?
You know.
Tonight?
The usual way.
Of course.
In the river.
Is there another way?
And that will be the end of Mr. Lanyard.
Good riddance.
That will leave you clean to continue your work.
In the river.
Is there another way?
I like a bright girl.
I'm to assist you.
Good. Let's get started.
I was afraid you would resent having a woman work with you.
Whatever gave you that idea?
You're a man. Most men feel that a woman's place is in the home.
The question is, whose home?
I'm an orphan myself.
I see we have a lot in common.
Well, for the moment, let us limit it to our job. I have a one-track mind.
Let's get down to business.
It is about time. The high priest's son,
Eli Radman?
He's in a village not far from here. If you intend to kill him before he reaches his uncle, we are going to have a complete understanding.
I see you've been reading my mail.
Now, I will point him out to you, and that is as far as I go. The rest is up to you.
Perhaps.
You were hired on that basis?
True.
Then you agree.
I never welch on a contract.
Hello? Yes, he's here. Good, we're ready. I know the place, yes. It will be successful, don't worry. Goodbye. The plans have changed only slightly.
Oh?
They kidnapped Lanyard and they're bringing him here.
Instead of the river.
Oh, it is much smarter not to kill him.
In a way, I agree with you.
No, you don't understand. Once Eli is killed, we'll place the blame on Lanyard. We are to plant his footprints and medallion near the murder. Not bad?
I like it.
You will have to wear his shoes.
It might pinch a little.
The boss is paying you well for it.
Huh?
He is anxious to see you again.
Again?
You were late getting to the shrine of Moder. I guess he wants to make sure you will not be late again.
How long have you been working for, the boss?
Roger, I don't even know your last name, and I don't want to know it. The less I know about you, the better. It should work both ways, for your protection as well as mine.
I suppose, it's the nature of our business.
You catch on quickly.
I have a good background.
Oh, that must be them now.
Is it the boss?
No, it's the guards, and they're bringing Lanyard with them.
Let me go. You're making a great mistake, I tell you. There he is. There's the imposter. He's Lanyard.
What are you talking about? My name's Roger.
I tell you, he's Lanyard. Be quiet.
Take him into the other room.
I tell you, you're making a great mistake. He is Lanyard. Search him. I tell you, you're making a great mistake. I'm sorry I had to lock you in the cell, but you came late. I had no other choice.
I see.
We are all on the same side. Naturally, I could not reveal myself to you before this. You understand.
I understand.
What time will the boss be here?
He should be here any minute now.
I'm grateful that you realized I wasn't Lanyard.
The boss said that Lanyard would arrive from New York. We know you came by way of New Delhi. Actually, that is the only way we had of knowing.
Well, it's all very clear to me now.
It is too bad that Lanyard got there before you did. Still, we shall be successful. It has only delayed us a day.
We'll make up for it, I'm sure.
Shalma, the priest, suspects nothing. We will have acted before he is even aware that Lanyard has disappeared. At last, he is alone. Everything is in order.
Good. Bring me Roger.
He was
He was here a minute ago.
just a minute ago.
Lynn and Singh had made a mistake, and it was up to me to take advantage of it. I would have liked to have met the boss, but that would have to wait. I had to get to Al Radman's son before they did.
You fools, you let Lanyard get away. Get the car, we've got to stop him.
Where is he?
How could you make such a mistake?
It wasn't my fault, it was Singh's.
You didn't tell him where Eli Radman is hiding?
No.
Good, get the car. We can't afford to take any chances. We've got to get to the hotel in the village before Lanyard.
Lynn had said Eli was in a nearby village. I remembered passing through one this morning. I headed for it. It was a long shot, but I had no other choice. I recognized Lynn's car and another one. That meant I was in the right village. It also meant they had all arrived ahead of me. I began to wonder if I was too late to help Eli. My hopes were pinned on finding a friendly disciple of Al Radman's cult, someone who might be able to lead me to his son.
May I help you?
Are you the manager of this hotel?
It is my hotel.
Is there anyone in your village who's a member of the Shrine of Medea?
I am a member of that ancient order. How can I help you?
Is there someplace we can talk? My name's Lanyard. I was sent here to see Eli Radman. I'm a great friend of his father, El Radman.
Do you have any identification?
No, they were taken from me. Look, take me to a phone. I'll call El Radman in New York. You can speak to him yourself.
Follow me.
Where's the phone?
I was warned about you.
If you're a friend of Eli Radman...
I am a friend of Eli Radman's, and I'm willing to protect him from imposters like you.
Then give me a chance to.
You had your chance, Roger. Good work, Bakar. Your impersonation of Lanyard is over.
This man's been hired to kill Eli Radman. Don't tell him where he's hiding.
The act is over, Roger. Why beat your head against a stone wall?
Even if you think he's telling the truth, call El Radman and make sure, or you might regret it for the rest of your life.
He has the proper credentials.
They're phony.
Don't pay any attention to him.
He's afraid to have you call.
He's stalling for time, that's all.
Look, I'm not asking you to believe me. All I'm asking is you to call El Radman and make certain.
You're wasting time, Roger. Sit down. Well, I don't want to hear one more word out of you. When will Eli be here?
He is on his way. My son is bringing him here.
Stop him. Don't let him come here.
You're asking for it.
Well, I was told to tell no one of Eli's presence, unless it was Mr. Lanyard.
I'm Michael Lanyard, so stop worrying.
Good work, Bakar. I see that you've trapped the imposter.
These people are trying to take over your order, and you're helping them.
I'll do all the talking here. Bakar, where is your son?
He's gone to fetch Eli Radman.
This man must be kept here until we are safely out of the village. For Eli's safety. You understand?
Yes.
Where are you going?
To the street. To let them know it is safe to bring Eli here.
Lanyard and I will go with you.
Eli is in danger. The sooner we get him to the safety of New Delhi, the better. Who knows how many traitors are helping him? Come with me.
Wait here.
You see, Michael, it doesn't pay to be too clever.
How would you ever know?
You are the loser. I am not.
I would not like to change places with you now. I'll bet he wishes he was not Michael Lanyard now.
And I heard some gunshots. I knew I had to move fast.
Eli, wait!
I told him he had nothing more to worry about. That I had been sent by his father, El Radman. Eli was frightened, and it was evident he didn't believe me. I realized with everyone taking potshots at him, he didn't want to trust anyone. And I told him I was Michael Lanyard. He looked up at me and suddenly smiled. I told him that we were going back to Karachi. I finally reached El Radman by telephone. I said I was returning to New York, and he asked that I bring his brother Shalmar with me. I've seen some shocked expressions over the years, but none to equal Shalmar's. It started with the New York skyline. He kept referring to the buildings as huge ant houses, and the traffic from Idlewild Airport almost proved too much for him. Over and over he whispered, a car wouldn't be safe in the streets. I figured he was right.
Welcome, my brother. Michael, how can I ever thank you?
Well, for a while there, I didn't think you were going to get the chance.
Why did you not accept the letter I sent along with Mr. Lanyard?
The other letter was a perfect forgery.
I said 1,000 apologies.
And I've said as many times. It wasn't your fault.
Michael, ours is a large debt to you. Imad was a trusted emissary of our cult. Singh was equally trusted. I cannot understand their treachery. Tell me, what happened to the girl?
Imad is dead. Singh and the girl were turned over to the authorities. They should be tried as accomplices for the murder of Bakar and his son.
Michael, how can I ever repay you?
There is one thing.
Name it. If it's within my power, it shall be granted.
My medallion.
Oh, of course. It was stupid of me.
After all, I like to think there's only one like it in the whole world.